This is your daily dose of all things royal. Welcome back, my gorgeous good-looking friends. Today's video is going to be on the lighter side. If you're like me and just exhausted from seeing all the horrible things happening in the world, thanks to the corrupt and greedy people running it, then stick around as this video will take your mind off of those things momentarily. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty saddened by seeing what's happening in the UK, especially with the recent stabbings going on and potentially that type of crime wave coming over to New York. If New York decides to go the route of electing a communist for mayor, pray for New York. So to give ourselves a little break from all of that, let's take a detour into the tabloids again and see what other kind of circus Harry and Meghan have cooked up to keep us distracted. Today I came across this article in Closer magazine about Meghan's titles, and I thought it might be an interesting read. So let's set aside the chaos for a few minutes and see what this one has to say. Furious Meghan, you can't take Duchess away from me? Meghan Markle has left panic after shamed Prince Andrew and Fergie lose their titles, with fears that furious Prince William will be coming for hers next, God willing. After bitter humiliation for Prince Andrew and his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson following the stripping of their royal titles, sources tell Closer that across the pond, fears are growing that Prince William is now planning on exacting his revenge in the same way with Harry and sister-in-law Meghan Markle. Furious Wills was reported to have been behind the firm stance taken against his uncle, who gave up his Duke of York title after pressure following his involvement with pedophile financier Jeffrey Epstein, which heaped shame on the royal family. In an unprecedented move, the former Duke of York was then stripped of his prince title by the king, leaving him as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and banished to a private residence on the Sandringham estate. And the family of the late Virginia Giuffre, who'd claimed she was trafficked and forced to have intimate relations with Andrew as a teenager, something he's denied, have warned of further legal action as they wish to see him behind bars. Last week, there were even claims that William had warned Princesses Eugenie and Beatrice that their own titles would be re-examined unless their parents left the Royal Lodge in Windsor following a row over residency. Amid all this, Meghan and Harry, who stepped back as working royals and moved to LA in 2020, are now said to be alarmed, with Meghan in particular said to be refusing to go down without a bitter fight. The Sussex title is part of their legacy, a source tells Closer. Harry sees it as something that connects his children to their heritage, and Meghan knows how vital it is to everything they've built. Losing it would be devastating. Prince Harry, 41, Meghan, 44, parents to Prince Archie, 6, and Princess Little Betty, 4, sparked a war of words with the royals after lobbing countless bombshell claims, including allegations of racism within the firm during their infamous interview with Oprah, with worse later coming on their Netflix documentary and in Harry's memoir, Spare. As such, Prince William, 43, is said to feel that they no longer deserve the titles they were gifted at marriage, and the shockwaves from seeing Prince Andrew, 65, reduced to Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has apparently sent shivers through the corridors of the Sussex's Montecito mansion. If the Sussex title ever went, the symbolism would be huge, says our source. It would also change the way the couple are presented publicly. Meghan would feel lost without it. She's worked so hard to redefine what being the Duchess of Sussex means. For her, it's not just a title, it's part of her identity and brand. She'd be devastated to lose it and become plain old Meghan again. But William will need to think twice before acting. Things have settled, and there have been few Sussex truth bombs dropped of late. That could all change if Meghan is cornered. She won't go down without a fight. She's firmly of the belief that being forced to give up her Duchess title would be done at their peril. Meghan, 44, has used her title to launch high-end business projects, including lifestyle brand As Ever, which produces products such as jam and pancake mix. She's not a working royal, but she's still the Duchess of Sussex. That gives her a unique platform, says our source. Take that away, and she's just another celebrity trying to be heard. Prince William has made no secret of wanting a slimmed-down royal family focused on duty and public service. William's vision of the monarchy is practical, says the source. He's watched his father navigate public skepticism and knows the institution must modernize. That may mean revisiting the way royal titles are used outside official duties. It's no secret Catherine's had her issues with Meghan, so she'll support her husband as he creates this vision of life under their future tenure as king and queen. Harry's been trying to reach out more to his father lately, the source says. He wants to make peace before it's too late, not only for family reasons, but also to ensure he doesn't get shut out. Titles carry weight. Harry and Meghan have built name recognition that goes far beyond the monarchy, but that link to the royals still matters. Meghan's always been ambitious. She wants to build something lasting, and even though she would never say it publicly, it would feel like a personal rejection if William stripped her title. Everything she and Harry have built, the foundation, their media work, their brand, has been tied to Sussex. To lose that would cut deep. For all their talk about moving on from royal life, those titles are still their anchor. Harry sees them as his children's inheritance, and Meghan knows they're her identity. They'll do everything they can to keep them. Yeah, that was a fun little article. I mean, we know that Harry and Meghan here in the United States with their stupid titles means absolutely nothing. And this brand that they keep talking about, I mean, like they're making it sound like they have this big empire under the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I mean, come on. What Meghan has managed to do, she's managed to cheapen what royalty is. And, I'm sad to say that I don't look at the royal family in the way that I used to before Meghan came on board. Meghan has managed to cheapen the royal brand, and yeah, it shows. It really does show. And besides, if Prince William strips these titles, they're going to have to retire them because who is going to want to have this title after Meghan Markle? Meghan has managed to make the Duchess of Sussex so trashy that I think right now the name is tainted forever, and I think it should be buried if Prince William indeed does strip these titles away from them. Take everything that goes with it and retire it. Don't give it to anybody else because it, brings along this brand, whatever the hell Meghan has turned it into, which is nothing to worship or want or be desired. You know what I'm saying? Meghan has made royalty look trashy. Meghan Markle is the worst thing to happen to the royal family. Seriously. Quite frankly, I don't think Prince William needs to modernize anything. The monarchy was doing just fine before this creature entered into it. And look at all the chaos and disruption that she has brought with her. Same type of chaos and disruption that we're seeing in the UK. That kind of modernization is not a good thing, in my opinion. I think the royal family needs to get back to their roots of putting the church first as its core foundation and bringing back those family values. But anyway, let's go through just one more article found in Heat magazine. This one's about Harry and Meghan's bust-up over new diva Duchess claims. As it says here, as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle lose another member of staff, insiders say the Duke is worried about their reputation. Okay, you're now worried about it? I mean, I don't think the reputation is salvageable in any way, shape, or form. Like, I lost count on what number rebrand we're on. I think it's like I've lost count on what number rebrand we're on. I don't think they'll ever understand that people just don't like them. And no matter how many rebrands or PR stunts that they do, it's not going to change our minds. So they might as well just accept it. Anyway, this article says last month it was revealed that Meghan Markle has lost her 10th publicist in just 5 years, reigniting claims she is the Diva Duchess. And with their brand as a couple more important than ever, insiders tell Heath that her husband, Prince Harry, is urging her to soften up amid fears for their future. Well, now I don't think anything that Meghan does is going to change, that she's just a nasty human being. The narrative that Meghan is difficult to work for has been dogging them for years, and there's no denying that every resignation adds fuel to the fire, our source says. Harry worries it's hurting their reputation, and he finds the constant upheaval massively stressful. It's obviously a very touchy subject, but it's no secret that he's desperate to find a way to solve this staffing issue. I don't think it's the staff. It's your wife, Harry. You need to, get rid of her. Harry has got Meghan's back, but this is getting very embarrassing. There's only so long he can keep making excuses, and it's impossible to ignore that she's the common denominator in all of these disastrous working relationships. Losing staff at this rate is not normal, and he's not the only one sounding the alarm. Too many talented and well-respected people are walking away. Meghan is trying to spin this latest departure as amicable, and Harry's doing his best to stay supportive, but he hates drama and wishes Meghan would take some constructive criticism so they could avoid this going forward. But she's refusing to admit there's even an issue. Poached from Netflix by the Sussexes, Emily Robinson joined Harry and Meghan's team as Director of Communications in June. But despite building a reputation as a tough cookie at the streaming service, Emily parted company with the couple after just 3 months. It was her decision. She left a few weeks ago, a friend said. She's not a quitter, so things must have been pretty horrible for her to go. And Emily is far from the first staff member to leave. While 2 former publicists, James Holt and Miranda Barbeau, were promoted internally into non-PR roles for Meghan and Harry, it is reported that the pair have lost at least another 8 in the 5 years since they quit the UK for California. In what insiders described as a purge, UK press officer Charlie Gibson was axed from their team earlier this year, as well as LA-based Deputy Press Secretary Kyle Boulia. Disha Tang, who worked for the couple's Archwell Fugazi Public Charity for 3 years, had resigned days earlier, and the head of content for Meghan's Instagram account also left. In October 2018, Jason Knopf, who worked as a communications secretary for the Waleses and Sussexes prior to the 2 couples splitting their offices, filed a complaint that accused Meghan of bullying, claiming she drove 2 personal assistants out of the household and undermined the confidence of a 3rd staff member. Another report in November that year branded the Duchess Hurricane Meghan and claimed that she bombarded aides with 5 a.m. emails and texts. A spokesperson at the time said, Meghan is saddened by this latest attack on her character, particularly as someone who has been the target of bullying herself, and is deeply committed to supporting those who have experienced pain and trauma. She is determined to continue her work building compassion around the world and will keep striving to set an example for doing what is right and doing what is good. Thank goodness for this article. I forgot that she was called Hurricane Meghan. A scathing Vanity Fair article released this January titled American Hustle also detailed multiple people's experiences of working with Meghan, claiming she blew hot and cold. One source said it was really, really, really awful, very painful, because she's constantly playing checkers. I'm not even going to say chess. She's very aware of where everybody is on her board. And when you're not in, you could be thrown to the wolves at any given moment. It's talking behind your back, it's gnawing at your sense of self, really like Mean Girls teenager. Another alleged you can be yelled at even if somebody doesn't raise their voice. It's funny that people don't differentiate between the energy of being yelled at and literally somebody screaming at you. But while Meghan has been criticized, other people have praised her. In the same article, producer Jane Marie labeled Meghan as just a lovely, genuine person. Last month, mental health advocate Katie Couric also expressed her gratitude to the couple and said, I think it's extraordinary what Harry and Meghan have done in terms of really focusing attention on this issue and really getting involved. Oh my God. They're not just saying it lip service. I really deeply admire their work in this area. And when it comes to her staffing issues, our insider says that Meghan won't be shamed for her high standards. Meghan says the whole thing has been blown out of proportion, and it's just another way for her detractors to tear her down, we're told. In her view, parting ways with staff is to be expected. Not everyone is going to be the right fit, and that's okay. As far as she's concerned, it's the norm these days for people to quit the minute anything gets challenging. Meghan isn't ashamed of having high standards. She says that's what it takes to grow a brand in this competitive climate. If people can't keep up, then they should move on, and it really shouldn't be any reflection on her or Harry. Right, because Harry and Meghan can do no wrong. Meghan is currently busy building her new brand as ever and speaking at Fortune's Most Powerful Women event last month. She outlined her plans to leverage her significant influence to build a successful, long-lasting business empire. The new venture is certainly proving lucrative. Sure, Jan. Last week, the Duchess took to Instagram to showcase products from her new Christmas range, which included two $64 candles inspired by her wedding date and her August 4th birthday, a 2021 vintage Napa Valley brew costing $89, and a signature fruit spread gift set priced at $42. And Harry is determined to do everything he can to make his wife's flourishing brand a success. Harry has suggested they hire someone Meghan trusts to be a go-between to take some pressure off her. But Meghan is dead set against that. She doesn't want anyone watering down her message or second-guessing her decisions, the insider explains. She's focused on expanding her brand and can't speak to her staff through a third party. Meghan has promised to arrange something special for the team for the holidays as a thank you for their hard work and loyalty. Harry's hoping a round of generous Christmas bonuses will smooth over any hard feelings and help keep people around a bit longer. This article was oddly satisfying just because we know the kind of assholes that Harry and Meghan are. The fact that it's being called out and reminding people that Meghan is not a nice person and that she treats people horribly. It doesn't matter how many rebrands this woman has or how much money they pump into PR to make her look like the next Mother Teresa. It's not going to change anyone's mind. We see her for what she is, and anything else that she tries to do is just going to come across as fake. I mean, as it always does. But, I do think that these two articles were definitely entertaining because you know what? It's about time. It's about time this woman gets called out. Even if it is part of the whole propaganda machine, it's about time. And it's these people who we have to blame for all the mess in the world. So F you, Meghan. I hope your fall from grace continues. You had it all and you threw it away because you thought that you were so much better. But anyway, just a little distraction to take your mind off of the things that are going on in the world. Obviously, these two are not serious and currently are just entertainment for us to laugh at because they are complete jokes. But what do you guys think? Definitely leave your thoughts below. As always, I will be back with more content. But until then, please be safe and please pray for New York City. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Such a fraud.